Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to make your own handmade density tube. I'm going to show you two different versions of it. One version that's very nice, very big, although a little bit on the expensive side for a class set, and another one where it would be cost effective enough for every student to make their own. For our first version, we're going to use a soda bottle preform. These can be found on Amazon for about $1 a piece, so that would make these cheap enough to make 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 to pass around the class, and it won't be a tragedy if a student accidentally slips it into their backpack. However, still a little expensive for a class set, especially if you have 5 classes of 30 students. The next thing we're going to need is going to be some water that has had some food coloring added. I just used a nice water bottle, plastic water bottle, added some food coloring until it was a color I liked. You can do any color you would like. Only thing to be aware of is that because the water bottle is thicker than the tube, it's going to look darker, more vibrant color when you're in the water bottle versus when you're in the tube, so just keep that in mind when you're mixing. You're going to need some baby oil. This can be found at Target, CVS, pretty much anywhere. And you're going to probably want a funnel to help keep control of the mess. So go ahead, grab your soda bottle preform. And they all have very nice caps right here, just like this. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to fill it up about halfway with the baby oil. There we go. Now the baby oil, it does have a tendency to squirt and splatter. Just be aware of that. Have some towels ready. This is also why the funnel is a good idea. So you can see we're just filling it up. I'm going to fill it up to about halfway. These all have a little bit different volume, so I'm not going to worry about an exact volume for right now. All right. Then you're going to put some of your water in there. I could put a little bit more in. Go ahead and put your cap on. Something to be aware of is that most of the time you're going to spill a little tiny bit of oil no matter how careful you are, and that's going to get in between the grooves and the caps. So you're going to want to wash this off with some soap and water. These are watertight, and so you're not going to get any soap inside. Just make sure that you really screw it on good. I normally go dump them in some warm soapy water, and it cleans all the oil right off, and so you don't have to worry about it going everywhere when you're teaching. So as you can see, we have a nice defined aqueous layer, that's the red layer down here, and we have a nice clear organic layer up top, polar and non-polar. So we can shake it up. Real good. And we can see it all mixes, and we'll just go ahead, we'll keep our eye on that for a little bit. For our next density tube, we're going to make it with one of these centrifuge tubes. Now these can be bought for about 20 cents a piece on Amazon. So even if you had 150 students, it would only cost about $30 for all of them to make these really fun, cool little science toys for themselves. That will help them learn about density, intermolecular forces, types of molecules, lipid bilayers, all these different concepts, all with this one really cool tool. So you can see that these have about 15, can't get the camera to focus quite right, about 15 milliliters of room in them, so same thing. Going to put our funnel in, fill up about halfway. I guess this is a little easier because we get a little bit of a marker so we know exactly when we're at. Halfway. And as you can still see, we have our nice organic non-polar level up here, and we have our polar water level down here. It's still making some bubbles, but those will break up in time, and we're going to get some nice, clear, consistent levels just like this. They normally take a little bit of time to separate, and sometimes they'll make these little bubbles on the side. Those go away with time. And you're going to see where it's one nice solid red layer down here and one solid clear layer up here. I'm going to put some additional details in the description, but otherwise, that is it. Have a great day.